Hey guys, you're tuning in to Chaotic TV. We're bringing you Game 4 of the finals best of 5 from IEM Katowice on Chaotic TV. As I've already said. In the bottom left of Daybreak in Game 4, we have the Red Terran playing for Team MVP. He is Dream. His opponent in the top right, playing for Team LGIM, the Blue Protoss. First. Now, I just noticed something, which is a testament to how observant I really am, especially being a caster and all. This is a TVP. This is one of the very few major tournaments you've seen at the end of Wings of Liberty since probably October, or you know, late October, early November. That is not Zerk. You know, even IPL 5 had a ZVZ that went like 10 games. It was an extended best of 7 series because it was Violet and Lenok. And Violet showed up again against Hero in NASL 4, and Hero took that one. So this one, though, it's a TVP. No infestors in this game. No infestors in this game. No infestors in this game. I had to say it that many times because it's just that unbelievable. At the end of Wings of Liberty, everybody's calling this Imba and this infestor. But we're going to see so many new things when it comes to Heart of the Swarm coming out in March, in next month, less than a month away. It is the, what, the 13th, and March 12th is when it comes out. Is when Heart of the Swarm comes out. So I'm stoked. I got my collector's edition ready for download, you know, two or 3 weeks beforehand, so I can play it night of. Probably break all the servers. That always happens on a Blizzard release date. Well, I was there for Diablo 3 last year when, or the year before, when we broke the servers for Diablo 3, and all my buddies were super pissed. Some of them actually stopped playing, but you know, it was nuts to them because the game was fun as hell. I loved Diablo 3. I kind of burned down on it, played 120 hours of it in less than a week and a half while working a 40-hour job, so that kind of tells you Inferno was not so fun at the early on stage of Diablo 3. But again, we're seeing very standard play out of these two players. We are going to see the Cybernetics score before the Nexus, which is a bit better job on this map because it's a big map, but it's actually not impossible to rush on it. You've seen a lot of bunker rushes, a lot of naturals being shut down by early bunker play, especially with a Terran on this, with a Protoss on this map. It might have even been Dream earlier, you know, versus Daisy or something like that. But I've cast so much in the recent weeks that everything kind of runs together, and I'm waiting for that point where it clicks over and I'm able to remember the biggest, baddest, and best of games. We already have a command center coming down for Dream before he gets his extra 2 barracks. Very standard play. And I say that because Dream has shown that he's not one to really branch out. There's the second barracks. And we see that First's branching is also not so varied. Variety, getting that word. Is not so varied. He goes for this Nexus play after 1 gateway. All I can say is at least he's not going for a Forge Fast expand every time. But he is going for a bit of a different opening. He's not going for a Stalker. He's going for a safety sentry. You know, he's going for the ability to hold off. Oh, he's already got a Stalker out on the map. Then I'm completely mistaken. He's going for that safety sentry so that he can wall off and sack his outside base, his natural base, if anything super bad goes on. Now we do see that he's putting out a robotics facility before he gets those gateways. We've seen him do this in Game 2. I don't remember if we saw it in Game 3. I was probably just rambling on the entire time, but we do see that there's everything's coming out pretty standard for Dream. We haven't seen him put it down his factory. He's got enough gas. But he's putting down Stim first instead of the factory, which is actually a pretty decent change. These very subtle differences in play show that they're going for a slightly different composition. It's the same end composition, Marine Marauder Medevac, but it is a slightly different pathing to get there, and it leaves you open and closes off certain attacks that are possible coming in different parts of the game. If he goes for Stim earlier, it means he might put on a little bit of earlier pressure. If he goes for Stim later, then he's going to be a little bit more vulnerable, but he can probably get his economy going. And First, on the other hand, has got 2 sentries out right now. He's going to be able to wall off this whole thing if he's given any more time to keep up with his energy gaining, as now that he's got Warp Gate finished. He's already started his 3, and we're going to see an observer most likely come out of the Protoss player to continue to start scouting around. We already have it. I'm already behind. This Marine is probably there to just scout whenever first is going to take his 3rd. He's going to keep poking in right here to see if there's anything, and then pull right back out. If this observer gets spotted, I mean, even if it does get killed, it's not really going to miss anything different. There it is. There's the scout. There's the scan. There's the snipe by the Terran player, who's showed he's oh so good at this. That's actually a really hard thing to do as a Terran player, is to be able to snipe that observer. You can see the observer, but if you are going mule heavy and you don't have the energy to scan the observer, then it's going to see everything. You're just going to sit there like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. It's seeing what I got. Oh man, it's all that I've got medevacs already, and there's going to be a problem here. Or it saw that I have a 3rd base coming up in my base, and I'm just trying to float it over there before anybody's word to the wise. But we do see the medevacs are coming out for Dream right now. He's going to be able to really start chunking out his units, and we have more gateways coming down for the LGIM player, who's only going for the 1 forge in this point. He's if he goes for the excuse me, the extended thermal lance before he goes for any further upgrades, and we're going to see that he's really upgraded Colossus base quicker than he did last time, because he did end up getting to 5 Colossi, but we saw that, well, you see the first is seeing the middle quickest route across the map being shut down, or killed right here, these destructible rods. Kind of bespeak that the Terran is going to be able to come across the map with reinforcements very easily. They're going to take a very quick path through here and run right up into first base, which makes this a much smaller map and changes the whole mindset of the game, having the fact that those rocks are gone. If you kill the rocks, then you're going to be the obvious aggressor in this game. Now Dream has already come in. Great force field placement is keeping the big attack units of First Army back, and he's doing a little bit of miss micro. He's going to lose that sentry, but the Colossus is already here, and he's doing a lot of miss micro, allowing that Colossus to take any sort of damage at all. The Stalkers are doing what they can to do damage against the medevac. The medevac lifted up at a desperation, but it's only got 20 hit points left. And the Army is continuing to come across the map for Dream. Dream is going to be coming in with some Vikings, even foregoing his medevac production, and the Colossus for first is going to be, it's also impacting units, and I don't know what that whole camera movement was about. We already have the sentries, and the Stalkers are up here to block the Doom Drop. Oh, he snipes a full medevac. That's going to push this whole attack back by a number of in-game minutes. He's going to have to wait for even more reinforcements to come across the map. He's got a medevac that's half dead. He doesn't really want to take that in. If they had taken that in for the drop, he probably would have had that one sniped too, and if it had another full medevac count, then LGIM first would be in the lead supply-wise right now. But we see that there are more upgrade buildings coming down for Dream. He's coming down with a second eBay, coming down with an armory to be able to upgrade his level 2 armor and weapons, but we do see Vikings already out on the map for Dream. Of course, he's going to be able to take out that Colossus, but the Colossus does not have any other buddies. It's only got Stalkers and Gateway units to be able to back it up. It does not have the extended thermal lance, so he might even not be going for that full Colossus count that he was going for earlier. We just see that the factory is seeing everything out on the map right now, and the observer is going to be able to keep this factory from getting any more information. Now, Dream is going for a little bit more of a poke, prod, and drop over here, but he's going to be met with a whole lot of Stalkers if he does indeed take that. We do have some Zealot Warbands coming around over here. We do see the drop coming in, and it looks like these Stalkers have seen the drop has seen the Stalkers, and it's going to come back and do its own thing. The Vikings are over here. If they're able to get this Colossus, it's going to be a big problem for Dream for first, but it's going to be also a big problem for Dream because he's already got enough supply invested in these Vikings and a lot of money actually that he could put down. Oh, wow, we see a double expansion coming out of Dream. That's actually pretty darn ballsy of him, but the Zealots have not seen it yet. They've seen the third, and hence first goes and takes out his excuse me, goes and plants his own third, while the forward pylons of Dream are going to be taken out, and the Zealots that were warped in are going to be taken out as well. And it looks like Looks like Dream, if he's able to hold on to these extra bases, continue muling from this more forward one, and continue his economic increase, he's going to be able to do some serious damage. But it's going to be up to these medevacs to heal this army. Only two of them are at full health. Oh, if he's, oh, that's a good save. Building him into Archons gives his army enough time to get up here before they start dying, and that saves the Templar himself. But he was trying to hold off into those Archon building until he had Storm, because if he brought out the Templar earlier, they would have more energy when Storm is actually finished. Now, big stim and runaway through the middle here. He's not going to be able to get any of the units. He almost got that Marauder, but he does not have... Ooh, a drop actually did get in here. Continued Warp Ends. He did snipe that medevac, and now he sees that there's a Warp Prism of his own coming against Dream right now. He's probably going to be able to take the harassment fight to Dream, but Dream and First are meeting right here in front of Dream's 4th base, and First is trying to do what he can to keep Dream back while he attacks and snipes this base, but he's putting out a scan to see if there are any observers. But the low energy of these medevacs is really starting to hurt him. The great force field placement keeping all of the rest of Dream's units back, and now First has a pretty decent supply lead coming in right now. Great upgrades are coming in for Dream right now, including the ghost upgrades and a pretty decent amount of ghosts coming in right now. I need to stop saying right now, but he stopped saying right now. First has a pretty decent supply lead. That command center is going to be saved for Dream, and the forces of Dream are going to continue to move out on the map. First is settled with his 3rd base really starting to go, and the assimilators are really starting to kick in. He's going to really bring in his gas production and start kicking up his Templar production as well. So I need to increase my addiction for this game, seeing as how it is the best of 5 finals, and we already have a 2-1 with First in the lead. The 4th base is being picked up by Dream. It's not been healed all the way, so it's going to get a couple more shots put out on it, probably go back into burning mode before it even gets back to the base and those safety SCVs. But First is doing a big job denying that 4th base and the extra muling up here. If he mules here instead of back here, he saves his 3rd mineral line and continues his very, very heavy mineral mining production. But he's supply capped right now. That's going to be a big problem for Dream. He's got 3 supply depots coming in, but we can see how many units he's already got queued up here. If he didn't have a supply block, he would probably have caught up a little bit more to First's supply count, who's taking his own 4th right here, which I actually really appreciate for the Protoss player, getting kind of ballsy on his own. He's saying, I shut you down at your 4th, I'm going to take a 4th of my own. First is taking the lead in this game. He's doing a pretty good job. He's got an army lead, he's got a harvester lead, he's got an income lead, he's continuing his Colossus production. He has not gotten a 2nd robotics facility yet, but so he really can't increase the Colossus production to the point where it would be super devastating. You know, if you got a whole lot of Colossi out, then he would... Wow, that was some great sniping on the Terran side of things. But if he runs out of... if he shoots any of those Zealots instead of the more important Templar in the back, he's going to have some problem of his own. Now we see a big probe transfer coming out of the Protoss player. This Templar right here is to snipe a full energy medevac. Medevacs, especially with those Katowice reactors that a Terran can put down on them at the tech lab of a starport, have enough energy to start killing off. But you can see all of these medevacs are completely empty of energy because Dream has a trigger finger when it comes to that stim button, and he just starts to shoot up. He drugs, put some heavy drug use into his units. You can see they're already still hurting from that stim use. He just uses them to move across the map quicker and quicker and quicker. I mean, it doesn't really matter how quickly you take down a supply pylon. The planetary fortress is out for the 4th base of Dream, but First has been scanned and he knows that his opponent knows where he is. The Vikings are too far forward and get shot twice by those Archons, taking out even one of them. The other ones are hurt too bad, so that if they get hit even the slightest bit by the army of First that is running home, then it's going to be a big problem for Dream. Not going to be able to take out the Colossi that are coming down the ramp. 4 of them are at home, and it doesn't look like Dream even knows about it. He has not witnessed that there are that many Colossi on the map, and when the Colossi join the battle with that 32 extra, no, 24, 4 times 6 is 24. 24 extra supply, then Dream's going to be kind of kicked in the nuts. But this Zealot run by, if it's able to do any sort of damage, is really going to hurt Dream's mental state. Harassment just really boggles the mind, as Chaz Michaels from Blades of Glory would say. Mind-boggling? Yeah, you know, when your mind's so freaked out, it's like it's in a bottle. Love it. Love that movie. Will Arnett's the greatest. Great Storm's coming down in this little skirmish in the middle. He's already lost a whole lot of his Zealots to that Planetary Fortress. Using the Planetary Fortress as an opponent, or as a forward unit by the Terran. It's very, very smart. Wow, the ghosts are just melting under the 5 Colossi, and there are not any Vikings. We see some emergency Vikings, 4 of them coming into Dream right now. The medevacs are completely empty, and they're going to get picked off by just the random fire of this Archon. The Archon taking some serious shots from the Planetary Fortress. The Planetary Fortress is sitting there, letting all of the SCVs die to the Colossi. You just count their kills: 7, 7, 4, 3, 2. Okay, not so many kills, but a whole lot of SCVs died. Holy crap. 71 SCVs have died. Way to go first. That is going to be the killing blow. It's going to be the knife in the stomach and just keep bleeding out for the Terran player. Unfortunately for him, I think first got this game and hence has a series, taking out these extra buildings. I don't think Dream has the production to really kick in. And he's even throwing in Dark Templar as a late game kick in the nuts. Again, he's going to... Wow, there are no SCVs here anywhere. There are none being built. The units by first continue to truck in here, and there's no medevacs to heal up these really wounded Marines and Marauders, and the Colossi are just continuing to melt them. You just see how quickly the Storms and Colossi fire is tearing apart this army, and Dream notices it too, with the GG first, taking this best-of-5 series 3-1 against his Terran opponent, taking home $7 grand. I think it's actually $6 grand, excuse me. But very exciting games out of these players. I'm really glad to have casted them. This finishes our IEM Katowice coverage. Psych! We have a bonus free-for-all coming at you. It's quite long, so I hope you have fun watching it. From Chaotic TV, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed IEM Katowice. We're going to go back to IPL 5 coverage until IPL 6, most likely. I'm going to do some extended coverage of IPL 5s, as I've only done selected games when I first started casting in November and early December. Bigger names, bigger games, a much bigger purse. 40K was on the line at IPL 5. Hope you guys enjoy it, and keep subscribing, you know, and the feedback to feedback@chaotic.tv is very helpful. So again, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Chaotic TV. Cheers.